Ho! What is up, you guys? My name is BlitzVersion1, and welcome back yet again to Reaction Time, installment 64. Moving right along with the new year. It is now 2025, and hopefully everything is running smooth as silk, but I highly doubt it because I know the way the world works. I know how humanity works. We're a bunch of dumbasses. Anyway, moving right along. Again, as you guys have guessed, I didn't do any viewer reactions, and if I have, then cool. Sorry I didn't recognize you. I put it in the playlist and found it later. Anyway. This is from gameranx, 10 microtransactions in video games that baffled us. More than likely, not all 10 have made it to this video because of it's a 15-minute long video, and I have to, I stop and bullshit through a lot of them. So, it's probably not going to be a full 10, but if you guys want to see the full 10, it'll be in the description down below. So, here we go.
Microtransactions are everywhere, and we are so numb to it at this point that even the dumbest crap possible is met with an indifferent shrug. Ghostbusters in Destiny 2, Nicki Minaj in The Calling of the Duty, Post Malone in The Hunt Showdown. Oh, games are just full of out-of-place junk all over now. And you know what? It's strange. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, the 10 weirdest microtransactions in video games. Yeah. Starting off at number 10, it's all the weird crap in Path of Exile. Most of the time, all the out-of-place stuff that you see in a game comes from crossovers and tie-ins, like I mentioned in the intro. But Path of Exile manages to innovate.
Good Lord, have mercy. Look at that skill tree. Holy crap.
It fills itself up with tonally bizarre...
Is that what Shy was playing? Was that? Oh, because the UI is what I'm noticing, and it looks very familiar. Huh.
An out-of-place DLC without brand deals and cross-promo agreements. Now, to be fair, all of these free-to-play games often succumb to the siren song of promotional content. In Path of...
Wait a minute, was that Power Washer Simulator? And that was Shinra.
Free-to-play games often succumb to the...
Yeah, that's the Shinra building.
Promotional content.
What?
And Path of Exile remains one of the few holdouts, not totally free of sin. While the microtransactions are not skill-based, it's not pay to win.
Why is there a dog up here?
And as far as these types of games go, I would actually, unfortunately, have to call it a model of pretty decent behavior, but that doesn't mean it's not lousy with dumb stuff. They do feel a little less gross, being you're not buying promotional billboards for some other media property. That's nice. But with all that said, they managed to sneak in some strange stuff. Now, I'm only looking at a small cross-section of stuff here. There's oddball effects like footprints to leave a trail where you walk. You can customize the town portal or make it so things happen when you use a flask. For example, this one makes 2 toads jump out of your body. Why? Well, I mean, I didn't want the toads in my body.
I mean, that tracks. But, yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yes. The strangest cosmetics by far come from the pet lab. I don't know what they were smoking, come up with some of this.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know if they're smoking me immediately. That's dope. That's so cool. Okay, I won't lie. I would probably pay for that. I would probably buy that. That's dope.
Or a robot dog, or a Pomeranian, or a deep water frog, which is a frog that's in a diving suit for some reason. You can have Samara from The Ring follow you around, because, that's a pet, I guess. Or Thaumaturgy Dashend, which
that's Slinky!
I think was specifically designed to make content creators to stutter and not say things correctly. Also, the Frankenstein wiener dog, because why not? All that, a dog in a lab coat, and a mallard duck. Just a plain old duck. Not like Howard the Duck, just a duck, following you around in the blood-soaked hellscapes of Path of Exile. It is super...
That's so cool. That's actually really kind of cool. Some of those are dope.
Out of place, just plain weird, and you buy it. Like, yeah, they're gonna add microtransactions, but man, they make some of the dumbest, weirdest crap possible. Honestly, still better than brand deals. And number 6 is Frame Data DLC. Speaking of Bondi and their crazy DLCs, in Tekken...
Why do you keep calling it Bondi? I thought it was Bandai. That's Tekken. That's law.
7, they charge $2.99 for the Frame Data, an essential feature.
Wait, Frame Data? Who cares? years.
Of any modern game, the frame data, such a blatantly scummy decision, it might as well just be called the competitive tax. Because if you want to be a real player in Tekken, you need to buy this DLC. If you're not a big fighting game guy, and to be frank, I'm not. I play the hell out of them, but the idea that I could compete for real in, let's say, a tournament, it's a no. That doesn't mean I don't watch real fighting game people. If you want to be a real fighting game person, you need frame data. So this is...
What the fuck is frame data? You can tell I'm not a big fighting game player because what is frame data? Isn't that just how many frames each kick is going to take so you can calculate when to kick so you know when they get up all the way and it'll always hit?
Essentially analysis of what's happening. For everything in the game, it tells you what type of attack it is, the distance it hits, the frame priority, the startup frames, essentially how fast it hits, all the important information fighting game players need to understand what's happening, like exactly what's actually physically happening when they're performing attacks.
I was right! It literally says the startup of when the frame happens, how long the frame lasts, what you're going to be standing, the distance, how many pixels away from the... That's fucking stupid! Just play the damn game.
Studying frame data is one of those things you have to do to understand fighting games. It's like if they decided to charge money so you could have infinite health in training, or to make the opponent crouch, or have infinite gauge. It's a basic training mode thing that in pretty much every other fighter, it's just there, but for some reason you gotta pay $3 for it here. And number 4 is the microtransaction gun. It's a microtransaction that shoots microtransactions. It's Enter the Gungeon's only real microtransaction, and it's a joke weapon that costs money every time you fire it. Obviously, it's a joke on actual microtransactions. They're having a bit of fun here.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've actually they say it's a deal. I've actually unlocked that in the game, playing the game, and yeah, it's funny. Everyone involved in production of this gun thought it was a bad idea, but the higher-ups made them build it anyway. Later, management shut down that gun factory for making a gun no one liked.
The gun only costs 99 cents on its own, and it can be unlocked in the game just like in any...
See? That's what I just did. I unlocked it in the game legit.
...any other weapon, so there's no real need to buy it. They did put it up for sale, though, to add to the joke. That's not a lot to say about this one. Once you hear the name, you pretty much know what you're getting. But as a piece of joke DLC, it's actually one of the better ones. I like it. I didn't buy it, but that doesn't mean I don't find it funny. They did put some effort here, because every time the gun fires, it shoots out something random. Either a figure of the different playable characters that has a unique effect, some green crystals that are a reference to the Dungeon Keeper mobile game. You know, the EA one that everyone made fun of. It's funny. The guys who made Enter the Gungeon are actually ex-Mythic Entertainment employees, the same studio that made that Dungeon Keeper.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I love Enter the Gungeon. I suck ass at it, as you guys have seen. I have tons of videos of it on the channel.
At number 3 is FOB Insurance. The idea of insurance for digital goods isn't completely out there. It's an idea that some games have been trying to push for a while now. It's one of those things that's a completely inverted problem. If the developers wanted to, they could just make it so you don't lose anything for dying. It's like a mafia shakedown operation. They're the only protection in town, so you better pay up. Oh, it'd be a shame if the code that I put into the game executed. Usually insurance is reserved for things like ships and spaceports or plots of land, but in Metal Gear Solid 5, there's FOB, or Forward Operating Base Insurance.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I had no idea, because at the time when I love that game, by the way. I never got the Forward Operating Base Insurance because I was never online to be able to use it. I was never online to face people, because I did it one time when we finally got internet. And yeah, it's fun. It was pretty cool to go to an actual player's base and wreck some shit, but it's so stupid.
FOBs are part of the persistent online game portion of Metal Gear Solid 5 that most people don't bother with. I sure didn't. You have a little base that collects resources, but other people can raid it. With FOB insurance, you don't lose anything when you get raided, like resources and personnel. It's all just weird, you know? The concept feels out of place in a military world like Metal Gear. In fact, the entire persistent base that can get raided feels out of place, like a free-to-play gimmick they slapped into a full-price game. I don't know why it's there.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I got the game the first time, it was like $50 or $48, or so. It was on sale or something like that, so it wasn't a full price. So I mean, it was either $49.99 or if it was like $45 or something like that. First time I ever got it was about that. It's the only Metal Gear I've actually played, and I don't have it now, which is a damn shame because I love that game to bits. I love the music in the game, and I love the style of the game. I love the sneaking in there. That is one game that I love the stealth on. I did get a little frustrated at one point in it because I kept getting seen, but at the same time, they're really stupid AI. Really stupid bots, and they don't recognize where you're at. They lose you real quickly. So, but still, unless you came down to the Metal Gear itself, then it just would not leave you the fuck alone. I had to escape, and it wouldn't leave me alone. I kept dying, and I was literally almost soft locked in that area. I eventually got through it, but God, it was a pain.
Why would I want that? I'm playing a long story game that otherwise doesn't have any features even vaguely like that. I don't know. Metal Gear Solid games have just received some of the weirdest microtransactions ever. If you remember Metal Gear Survive, which I don't blame you if you do not remember it, they had microtransactions for save slots.
Wait, what? Microtransactions for save slots. If you want to save your game, you got to pay.
Wanted you to pay for save slots. Number one, Roblox's pay-to-breathe scheme. There's a whole
I heard about this, but I didn't know it was actually legit.
Other world of microtransactions that most of us, or at least the type of people who watch this channel, never really see. I'm talking the dark underbelly of the gaming world, the sort of thing we only experience when we're forced to babysit. I'm talking about the twisted hellscape that is Roblox. You better thank me for attempting to research this, because anyone who tries to explain how anything in this game works, it just reads like the deranged scribbling of a madman. Like, in all seriousness, if somebody you know plays Roblox, they're probably a child, they're probably your child, and they probably say things to you that you have no freaking idea what the hell it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you know what? Guess what? There's a game in Roblox that you have to pay to breathe. That's the headline. Man has to pay to breathe in Roblox. The New York Times does not care, though. They're pretty much doing the same thing over there anyway.
Yeah, I've had that happen too. I was browsing through something. It popped up a thing and took me to New York Times. And then that stupid thing popped up and saying subscribe in order to read this article. And I'm like, fuck you. I'll look it up somewhere else.
The actual explanation isn't quite as funny, but it is bizarre, okay? There's a Demon Slayer game. It's called Demon Fall, and in it there are different types of breathing styles. They all have their own...
Wait a fucking minute. It's a Demon Slayer Roblox thing. Okay. This makes sense now. That's why she looked familiar.
In it, there are different types of breathing styles.
Yes, you can access various skills. Water breathing, snake breathing, love breathing. Oh my god. Not...
They all have their own special moves and stuff, and they have different classes in an RPG. And if you want to switch to one breathing style from another one, you have to pay money. There are ways to not pay, which involve prestiging and spinning...
Still broken nitrines. You are fucking kidding me. It's... Oh, come on, dude. Here I thought it was a game where you had to pay to breathe to live in the game. Like you had to pay so much in order to have so much breathing or something like that in the game, otherwise your character dies. No, it's literally just to change your breathing style class in Demon Slayer, which is something they don't even do in the show. Once you learn a breathing technique, the only reason Tanjiro started learning a different one is because he found it worked for him better than water breathing.
Wheels and using something called breath and dite. But if I'm a baby playing this game and my brain's still developing, I'm not figuring that stuff up. I'm just mashing the buy button and using Roblox bucks. I hate all of the words from this game. I do have a bonus for you before we leave. The seasonal DLC fatalities from Mortal Kombat 1. They finally just gave up and started selling fatalities. That alone's weird enough. They're not skins or costumes or weapons, little gameplay features like your standard microtransactions. They're violent animations where one guy kills another guy with a...
I want some of those though, because I love Mortal Kombat. I still want to get this Mortal Kombat game because it's freaking dope. And I love the fatalities. Fuck everyone who doesn't like it. I love them.
Pumpkin Also, they're basically the thing that sets Mortal Kombat completely apart from everything else. It's the unique feature of Mortal Kombat. But what makes it even more bizarre is they're not just any fatalities, they're holiday-themed fatalities.
Yes.
So far, there's 3 up for sale. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You know, the big holidays. That's a
Yes.
Thanksgiving-themed murder, and it's not targeted at a turkey. Okay?
I've seen those on Twitter all over the place. I'm like, how do you get those? I don't even have the game. Now it makes sense. And I won't lie. I will hands down, I will probably buy those whenever I do get Mortal Kombat 1 because those are so fucking cool.
Okay. In the Christmas one, your opponent gets run over by a heavy metal reindeer. And as bad as these things are in principle, just the fact they're actually charging for fatalities, it turns my stomach. But, I mean, I will say at least they put a lot of effort into them. They're bizarre and well animated and in their own way satisfying. I hate to admit it, but it's true. Satisfying enough to pay for them? No, but whatever. That's all I got for you today. Leave us a comment.
That's so cool. That being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have anything else you want to see me react to, put it in the comments. I'll get to it eventually. If not, I'll throw it into the playlist and forget about it. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a good new year, and I'll see you all in the next one. Hey, and peace out. What's up?